So we're looking at the power of a quotient rule. But within that, what I've done is I've also included some of the principles from the other rules. Because remember, math is like a house. You're building, it's like you're building a house. You need a strong foundation and then you build as you go. And so I'm trying to make sure that you've mastered the principle of when two things are multiplying and they have the same base, then you know you just add their powers, right? Well, now what do we do when we have something like that? Well, don't panic. Take it one step at a time, okay? One step at a time, and you will succeed at this and in many other things. So one step at a time. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move the A's next to one another. Just let's take care of what's inside that parentheses. Remember your order of operation, PEMDAS? Well, that applies in algebra as well. And so let's put the A's next to one another. We have A cubed, we have A cubed and A squared, and then we have B and we have C, and we're dividing that by C squared. So the reason why I could move those A's around is because of the commutative property of multiplication. The order in which you multiply things doesn't matter. It's the same. You get the same answer no matter whether you do 3 times 5 or 5 times 3. That order doesn't matter. So A squared times A cubed, that becomes A to the 5th power. The B and the C are there, right? But there's a C here to squared, and because of the rule we've learned, when you're dividing things with the same base, you can bring that 2 up there, and so it becomes 1 minus 2, because that C is to the 1st power, and all of this is still squared. And 1 minus 2 is negative 1, so we have A to the 5th power times B times C to the negative 1. All this is squared, okay? Then you have to use the negative exponent property, bring that C down, so that will give you A to the 5th, B, divided by C to the 1st. Because when you bring it down, you get a positive power, and that's squared. That too will multiply the exponents of everything inside. And so your final answer will be A to the 10th, B to the 2nd, over C to the 2nd. Okay? Step by step. We've gone one by one, and we've used what we know about exponents and their properties. And I introduced the new property here, which is that the power outside the quotient will multiply the powers inside. Thank you very much, and keep working hard. All the best.